I'm really gonna let this video slide. Oh, hope you guys are doing well today. We will be reacting to Resident Evil, the complete timeline.
Resident Evil returns, and if you're looking to jump into the series for the first time, you might be wondering what the hell is going on. Here's a quick and very condensed synopsis
Are those
of the main
GameCube
Resident Evil
graphics?
story and everything you'll need to know leading into Resident Evil Village. The following contains spoilers. You have been warned.
Now, the reason I'm watching this is because I want to get into the Resident Evil games, but I just want to get a quick brief, on what's to kind of expect with all the Resident Evil games.
July 23rd, 1998. Raccoon City's police STARS Bravo team is dispatched to investigate murders in the Arkley Mountains, but crash before they can reach it. Survivor Rebecca Chambers makes her way towards a spooky
That name sounds
nearby
familiar.
mansion in an effort to find the rest of Bravo team.
Resident Evil.
The STARS Alpha team is dispatched to find out what happened to the Bravo team. The search leads Jill Valentine, Chris Redfield, Barry Burton, and the team leader Albert Wesker to the Spencer mansion. The gang split up and discover the horrible fates of the other
So
STARS
Jill's in the
members,
first
while
one.
Rebecca Chambers still alive. Jill and Chris eventually uncover that the Umbrella Corporation, a pharmaceutical company and all-round shady business, was behind illegal experiments resulting in the horrors that are roaming the mansion's halls. The team eventually discovers that Wesker is a traitor. He infects himself with the strain of the T-virus in order to give him the edge and unleashes the new super weapon, the Tyrant. This
Then
backfires
Mr.
though,
X.
as Wesker is fatally injured by the Tyrant, and after taking down the monster, the team eventually escape the facility. The STARS team return to Raccoon City and decide to go rogue and investigate the Umbrella conspiracy. Chris heads off to Europe solo, and Jill stays in the city to learn more about Umbrella.
Resident Evil 3.
What about
September
2?
1998, Raccoon City becomes over.
Or is this like how the
Umbrella
timeline,
sees the outbreak as an
you know,
opportunity to
this
test
is-
its new bioweapon
this is in
and sends out
chronological
an
order.
experimental Nemesis tasked to kill off all STARS members. While Jill tries to survive the outbreak despite Nemesis hot on her heels, rookie RPD officer Leon S. Kennedy and Chris Redfield's younger sister Claire both arrive in Raccoon City.
Resident Evil 2.
After being separated following a car accident, Leon and Claire agree to meet up at the police department. Unfortunately, the building is also infested by zombies. Claire runs into Sherry Birkin, a young girl being pursued by a monstrous widow who turns
This is
out
the
to
girls
be
in
Umbrella
Resident
and
Evil
Umbrella
4,
leading
right?
scientist William Birkin. Turns out Billy B had planned to betray Umbrella and sell his new G-Virus, but was gunned down before he could do so. Before dying, William managed to infect himself with the G-Virus and allowed the virus to spread into Raccoon City through the water system. Nice one, Willie. Meanwhile, Leon runs into Ada Wong, an FBI agent who's looking to obtain the G-Virus to prove Umbrella's corruption. In the sewers, Leon and Ada run into William's wife, Annette, who's not a big fan. Leon and Ada chase her into the secret Umbrella
She lit him on
underground
fire?
facility called Nest in pursuit of the G-Virus. Claire also
That didn't
arrives at
work,
Nest
did
in
it?
search for the vaccine for a now infected Sherry. Leon manages to obtain the G-Virus sample but runs into William, who in his freakish form mortally wounds his wife. Annette tells Leon that Ada is actually a mercenary who's looking to sell the G-Virus to the highest bidder. Ada demands the G-Virus, but before Leon can hand it over, Annette shoots Ada. She falls to her death, dropping the G-Virus sample. Claire finds the vaccine and gives it to Annette to cure her daughter while she tangles with William. Sherry is cured, but Annette eventually dies of her injuries. The facility is set to self-destruct.
Understood.
Claire and Sherry board a train to escape with Leon. With Nest destroyed, the crew finally managed to escape the nightmare and on the outskirts of Raccoon City vow to continue their fight against Umbrella.
Resident Evil.
Who is that? Is that
Elsewhere
Jill?
in Raccoon City, Jill Valentine is
Does she
infected.
turn into a zombie?
Fortunately, Carlos Oliveira, a merc hired by Umbrella, is on the scene to not
No
only
way.
stop Jill but help find the vaccine. At this point, our heroes find out the unfortunate news that the US government plans to wipe out Raccoon City with a missile strike, hoping to eradicate the infection. Carlos and Jill head to another underground
Oh, so
lab,
all of
time
this is
created
going
by
on in
Nest 2.
just like
Fortunately, Nemesis is
Raccoon
still
City.
alive and very
So it's
much
not
alive.
even like a
Jill and
worldwide
Carlos
thing.
take
It's
out the
just like a
abomination once and for all, with the vaccine sample in hand,
concentrated.
manage to escape the city before the
I don't want
missile
to say.
strikes.
I don't want to say.
Fortunately, Carlos's former colleague turned secret
panorama,
Waiting
pandemic,
manages to
but
destroy the vaccine vial. Jill and Carlos take down Nikolai, leaving him for dead, and escape just before the missile arrives to completely floor Raccoon City for good. And as expected, our heroes vow to take down Umbrella.
Resident Evil.
I don't know
3
this
months after
one.
escaping from Raccoon City, Claire Redfield, in search for her brother Chris, attempts to raid the European facility before being captured. Claire is taken to an island prison commanded by Alfred Ashford, a grandchild of one of the founders of Umbrella.
What is it,
An
PS2?
outbreak
This is
occurs, of
PS2
course, and
graphics
after
for
being
sure.
freed, Claire gets to work looking for Chris and escaping the island. With there being no sign of Chris, Claire escapes on a plane. Ashford, who it turns out has split personality disorder and often believes himself to be his twin sister Alexia, takes control of the plane remotely and crashes it into another Umbrella facility, this time in Antarctica. It's also worth noting that during the crash, Claire spends a period unconscious here, during which she has a dream that turns out to be the plot of Resident Evil Survivor 2. Weird. Alfred has also flown over in a quest for revenge, and after he's fatally wounded, he frees his sister Alexia, who is cryogenically frozen and riddled with a new virus called T. Veronica. Meanwhile, back on Rockford Island, wouldn't you know it, but Chris has shown up looking for Claire. Instead though, he runs into his old pal Wesker, who's still alive, super strong, and on a mission to find the T. Veronica sample. They both make their way to Antarctica, and Chris finally reunites with Claire, who then defeats a now very powerful Alexia before escaping as the facility self-destructs. Oh, and Chris and Claire vow to take down Umbrella. You seen a pattern here?
I remember seeing him in Resident Evil 7 or 8.
Later,
He looks a little
Umbrella is
different.
long gone due to a government suspension and a stock value crash. Basically, the lamest way possible. Leon Kennedy, the once
Now, these are GameCube graphics. These are GameCube graphics, I want to say.
The president's daughter Ashley from her kidnappers in rural Spain. Leon discovers that not only
Like, I want to say this is the new one, but this is still not like, it's not perfect.
During the rescue, Leon coincidentally bumps into an old flame in the form of Ada Wong, who's not dead and once again on the hunt for the virus.
How?
After rescuing Ashley, Leon confronts the cult leader Sadler, and with the help of Ada, they manage to defeat him. Ada, once again showing her true colours, takes the Las Plagas sample and escapes by helicopter, but not before setting the base to, yep, you guessed it, self-destruct. Leon and Ashley manage to escape and jet ski all the way home.
All the way home, huh?
2 years later, with Wesker still on the loose, Chris Redfield and Jill Valentine are working together for the new Bioterrorism Security Assessment Alliance. Chris and Jill follow a lead toward Umbrella founder Oswald E. Spencer and finally come face to face with Albert Wesker.
I'm really curious to find out, like,
Wesker, seemingly
which game should I start out with?
and now dodging bullets for fun.
I'm definitely going to play...
Chris and Jill.
Damn, that man's moving fast.
Herself, sending both her and Wesker to their deaths, and Chris, understandably, is sad.
Wait, that was Claire? Hold on. Oh, I gotta...
With Wesker still on the loose, Chris Redfield and Jill Valentine are working together.
Jill killed herself over him?
Chris and Jill
I mean, she didn't kill herself, but like, come on now.
Finally come face to face with Albert Wesker, who has killed Spencer. Wesker, seemingly even more powerful than before and now dodging bullets for fun, is more than a match for Chris and Jill. To save Chris's life, Jill sacrifices herself, sending both her and Wesker to their deaths.
How though?
Understandably, is sad.
And if he's super fast and strong, like, does that really do anything? Y'all let me know down below.
Along with his new partner Sheva, Chris discovers that the locals are infected by something similar to Las Plagas. Later discovered.
Dang, they done released the virus in Africa?
Chris is also informed by the BSAA that Jill could still be alive. After defeating and mutated Irving, Chris and Sheva learned that Tricell, the company that funds the BSAA, had taken over Umbrella's...
What system did this come out on? Is this like, what, PlayStation 3? Like Xbox 360, that type of era?
Jill, who is also still alive and now under Wesker's control. Chris and Sheva managed to subdue Jill and remove the mind-controlled device before...
Jill is blind now?
...tries to flee on a bomber which crash lands into, of all places, a volcano. After some boulder punching, Chris and Sheva finally defeat
Not
Wesker
boulder
once
punching.
and for all, and all is well in the world. For now. Right, next up is Resident Evil 6, which features not one, but 3 interwoven campaigns, and it all gets really messy, so deep breath.
Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. How's this about to go?
A new virus surfaces from a company dubbed Neo Umbrella, and led by what appears to be Ada Wong. Series newcomer
That's
Jake
Ada?
Muller is believed to be the key to the vaccine.
I would have thought that was Jill.
The reason Jake is immune is, well, he's Wesker's son. Typical. In 2013, the American president decides enough is enough and it's time to spill the beans about what really happened in Raccoon City. However, before he can, there's another infection attack, and the president, now a zombie, has to be taken down by his loyal agent and series favourite, Leon Kennedy. Ada Wong then arrives and tells Leon Kennedy that the National Security Advisor, Derek Simmons, is affiliated with Neo Umbrella and behind the terror attacks that zombified the press. Leon heads to China in pursuit of Simmons. Chris Redfield, now racked with post-traumatic stress and a thirst for revenge after his team was slaughtered by Ada, also heads to China in pursuit. As
Slaughtered?
You know, plot. Right, let's do this bit quick.
Oh, because she blew up that place?
Despite the awkward moment when Chris tells Jake he killed
Damn, this man is moving fast.
Simmons dies, Chris makes Piers is wounded and then grows a new arm with the
Like, I'm keeping up, but I could slow this down somewhat, because, damn.
There's 2 Adas, with one being an imposter called Carla, and that explains all the outfit changes, and finally all the good guys win and go their separate ways. Basically, there's a lot going on, and it's not very
Oh,
good,
yeah.
so maybe just ignore this bit.
Okay. Resident Evil 7, that's the one
Ethan
that's...
Winters is looking for his wife Mia, who's missing. His search leads him deep into Louisiana, and he finds her imprisoned by a very odd and very disgusting family, the Bakers. Ethan is captured by Jack Baker and forced to join him with the vomit-inducing family dinner with his wife Marguerite, son Lucas, and an elderly woman. After escaping and managing to kill Jack and Marguerite, Ethan finds his infected wife and develops a serum for Mia. They try to flee on a boat, but it's knocked over by a mysterious creature that turns out to be a girl called Evelyn, a bioweapon that Mia, who apparently is a secret agent, was tasked with escorting. Turns out Evelyn was responsible for the Baker
So
family's
Mia was a
mind
secret
control
agent. I didn't know
because
that.
she was desperate for her own family, you know, like all bioweapons are. After injecting Evelyn with the toxin, she reverts back to her true form as the old woman at the baker's disgusting dinner. Turns out she's been rapidly aging. Evelyn mutates into a giant blob, like all classic Resident Evil bosses, and after a final confrontation with Ethan, with a little help from a recently arrived military squad, she's finally destroyed. And in a final reveal,
Yeah, this is. I expected these graphics to be a little bit better because this came out on PlayStation 4, right? Xbox One.
After Ethan escapes, Chris and his team pursue Lucas Baker, who was actually never under Evelyn's mind control due to a serum provided to him by the new shadowy organization called The Connections. The Connections were behind Evelyn's creation, and Lucas has been gathering data for them. But he also planned to betray his masters anyway, like every other villain ever in this series. After working his way through a series of traps, Chris manages to kill a mutated Lucas and finally returns to base for an urgent call. And that's it. The main plot of Resident Evil summed up in 10 minutes. Yes, we did skip over a few good but not that important.
I thought we were going to talk about Resident Evil 8.
A bunch of bizarre moments.
I mean, I feel like I understand Resident Evil 8.
Now, excuse me while I go set my base to self-destruct and vow to get my revenge.
I feel like
And if
I
you like that
do
video and
at
want to see
least.
what's next, why not check out the trailer?
Yeah, like I feel like I do at least. Reveal trailer, special developer message. Nah, I don't care about none of that. Honestly, this was kind of impulsive. I was just genuinely curious about the Resident Evil timeline, especially with Resident Evil 4 just coming out. I've been wanting to get into the Resident Evil games. I played like the Resident Evil 2 demo as well as the Resident Evil 3 demo as well. I've enjoyed both and I've seen gameplay of it and I think it's very interesting. At least when it comes to zombie games, Call of Duty Zombies, maybe a Left 4 Dead. In Call of Duty Zombies, you need to get as much bullets as you can to just continuously survive, whereas Resident Evil is an actual survival game. It seems like you have to really be intentional about the ammo that you have and preserving your ammo and all these different things. You don't have to kill every single zombie that comes across your screen. So for that reason, I kind of like that. I like that challenge. I like the potential challenge that might occur with having to deal with that. So for that reason, amongst many other things, I definitely want to play Resident Evil. I want to play like all of the games, honestly. But most likely I would just start out with the new gen games. But yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed this reaction. This was just more so like very informational, just pure curiosity, especially with Resident Evil 4 just coming out recently, I want to say. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section down below as far as like, how do y'all think this new Resident Evil 4 is going to be like compared to the original one from like, cause I specifically remember Resident Evil 4. I think I did a reaction to it on this channel too, but I specifically remember Resident Evil 4 because it was on GameCube. I remember that era. It was on GameCube. And if not that, just let me know what you guys think of like the new game. Give me some ideas. I do like horror games, but I like the horror games like an Outlast where you're kind of just recording your whole experience and just hiding and stuff, whereas this is more so a combination of, I don't even know if it's a combination of that. I think it's just more so you have a weapon and you have an objective and you have to get to that objective and try your best to survive pretty much. As far as difficulties, I don't know what difficulty I'm gonna do. But yeah, those are my thoughts when it comes to that. But let me know what y'all think. Let me know let me know honestly if you know anything about these new gen Resident Evil games, like, and you have any personal experience with the original games on their original consoles that they were released on. Like, let me know. I'm very curious to just get that perspective. Yeah, but besides that, don't forget to like the video. Honestly, if you've been watching my channel for a bit and have just been enjoying these videos, please, why haven't you subscribed yet? And yeah, what else is there? Yeah, no, that's it. Peace.